Hello everybody and welcome to the late autumn disc Yes Golf and Glorious Activities Tournament put on by the fantastic TD Kevin Sparkman.
Did you practice that?
No, I didn't. And this is brought to you by Top Link Disc Golf, Centennial Park's disc golf course, Dynamic Discs, Innova Disc Golf, the man himself, Thomas Gilbert, and a few others as well that you can see here on the screen. Demented Disc Golf, Linda Heaslip Photography and Design, and the DiscLab.com. Tons of sponsors. Thank you very much for reaching out to us and getting put on our coverage. I am one of your hosts, Julian Murphy.
And I'm Justin Murphy, and we're back again. This is a little bit of a hiatus here for us. Just not a lot of, obviously, footage to shoot in the middle of winter, but we got this, and we've kind of kept this in the
reserves.
The vault, I guess, yeah. And now we're ready to do it. And
this is going to be a fun one to watch for me and me alone.
Not me at all. As you can see behind James Duong's great forehand there, that Justin Murphy is on this card.
Woo!
And unfortunately, I know the outcome of this round, so I'll try not to give any spoilers.
All right, here we go. Canadian double G, Greg Grootenboer.
This guy's a legend. He was so nice. Not a huge arm, but my goodness, can he hit lines on hyzer flips? And I'm excited to watch him play today.
Speaking of not very huge arms, the distance winner at the Las Vegas Challenge, Thomas Gilbert.
Yeah, that throw he did was, I think it was like 628 maybe on flat ground, and it was dark. And it was nighttime.
It was 628 when it hit the ground. That doesn't include the skip or the forward momentum.
Kidding.
You've seen this guy before, James Duong. Nice little slow turn. Yeah. Hi there, James. How are you doing?
Great putter, huge forehand. He's going to be fun to watch in this round. And
who do we have here? Oh, baby, Justin Murphy.
This is going to be
just
tough. I've been avoiding this for a long time, and there's the old boy Justin Murphy here. I've never commentated on myself, Julian, and I'm gonna actually.
Yeah, and if you look at the ratings of all the players on this card, there is a steep divide between one of them.
Yes, there sure is.
Thomas Gilbert 1014, double G 997. 981 for James Duong, and it cut off before I even got to yours. So
I know mine is 951. So I'm in that MPOK range where you kind of win a lot of advanced tournaments, but really don't stand a chance in MPO, especially against these three great players. And this hole, starting off, is gorgeous. It's a real tough. There's kind of like a lake or a pond and a river that kind of winds throughout, and you've got a real tough shot to carry about maybe 275 over the water. And there is a camera on us, and I think the play here is probably a back. Okay.
Here's the Disc Labs.
The play is
preview.
One of these plays. It's a good idea. Okay, this is we'll call this the. I'm not sure what we're gonna call it.
The pre-flight.
Pre-flight.
Test
so those
flight.
are the three plays: big hyzer, straight up the middle, or maybe a forehand. But I don't know about that. I like to throw forehands, but it's a little tricky there. So the basket's kind of near the black photographer wearing all black back there. He's got a real low release, but he can hit lines really well, as you see here.
Oh, wow.
And that's got to miss that tree, and that's a good start to your round. On camera for the first time. Double G.
That is a great, great shot.
Yeah.
And
True tracker. Boom. Love the name. Yeah, that's a great shot. And
what a shot.
Julian, I'm telling you right now, nerves are a huge, well, for me at least, assuming most of these guys are a huge. They're real. They really are real when you're on camera.
Likely not for this fellow here.
No, he doesn't even notice them anymore. And this also looks really good.
Nice rip. That looks like a stable
really
putter, maybe,
long.
or maybe a rock 3 for him.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Fairway, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could be.
It flew definitely straight. It could have been a rock 3.
Yeah, that's a tough lie right there where he ended up.
And this is James. You guys have seen him play before. He's got a bomb forehand, and his backhand is no slouch either. And can he putt? James looking good. Flipping something up really nice. This looks wonderful. And I believe this is one of James's home courses, or at least in close proximity to his house.
Okay. All right. So he's played here once or twice before.
Yeah. And no joke, I haven't played here before. And this is Justin here.
Who's this guy?
Feeling the
on
nerves,
camera.
Feeling the nerves big time. Soft-armed it. And that is not a great throw, and that's going to need to get lucky.
And did that get lucky, or are you damp on your first throw? Hey, you're good.
I think I'm good. Yeah. This is a while ago, so I don't really remember. Just kidding. I remember every shot, and I'm not excited about this. So I got real lucky there, and I thought, I'm going to get this zone over to the basket and just really get lucky on a par here, and then throw it directly into a tree.
Okay.
Not a great play. And then leave yourself... I believe, Julian, this one was even closer to going in the water and still didn't go out.
Oh, my goodness.
So not a great effort from yours truly there. Let's see if Tommy can cash in here.
Oh, that's a heck of a tree in the way.
Oh, I saw a little bit of a... Yeah, that's a nose-up bid. He knew the water was right there, and that's a tough go. First hold around. Also, guys, I know it doesn't look like it. It was -10.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I was shivering. So maybe some grip issues.
That's -10 Celsius at True North Disc Golf.
Yeah, which would be what, like 18 Fahrenheit?
Around
there?
that,
Ish.
yep.
Oh, and James
what a
sneaks it into the
putt.
side. Thomas,
James
seal of approval from Mr. Gilbert.
with the James AVR.
The James Duong AVR. And I got a straddle. And this was actually, I felt very comfortable on this shot. As you can see, staring that down with that mustache. This
Oh,
is,
baby. You're ready for this putt, aren't you?
Nope.
You're ready for this putt to...
That one, okay.
Chain
See
out.
that? I really thought that was in. It was middle high.
Yeah.
But it just kind of spat out and maybe a little soft. But at that point, I already felt, I'm like, this might not be my day here. You
So
can tell by my face. I can't believe how that spit out.
It's actually kind of fun to watch for me because I know I would do far worse on camera, but...
I don't know if you would, Julian.
yeah, maybe not on this hole.
Gigi picks up the bird. That's a great birdie to start. And Julian, this course is very difficult. This would actually be one of the easier holes, I would think. If only we had stats to...
Well, this hole, it does look like it's pretty easy here. It's 14th.
Yeah, so that's the fourth easiest as I
Fourth
tap out
easiest.
my bogey.
And
Tough start.
every player in MPO was par or better except for one.
Was it Justin Murphy?
It might have been.
I did the stats for this, and
How'd that feel?
It was embarrassing. Great start for James and Greg. Greg parked it, and James had a great putt that kind of stuck in. I'll be honest, I thought my putt was more middle than James's, but that's the way disc golf works. Can't dwell on it.
It depends on the side of the basket too, right?
Very true. And his was low. Mm-hmm. That being said, it fell out, and I got a bogey.
So we're going into hole 2, which is the second easiest hole, I believe.
Really? Okay.
And what happens here? Or what do you throw?
Well, I throw a big overstable forehand, or try to go around this big tree guarding the basket in the middle. Not super long, 226. So any kind of overstable fairway or like a Firebird maybe, or even a mid. But you really need it to dart back. Maybe throw a big right-hand forehand hyzer shot. And otherwise, there's another play. You can kind of sneak a backhand hyzer around the hill and have the hill glide it down to the basket.
And I'd imagine we're going to see that from the Canadian Double G.
Yeah, he doesn't throw forehands at all. But he doesn't need to. You'll see it. So this is the play. Kind of right along the hill there and have it kind of glide toward the basket. And second park job-ish of the round.
Great shot. Yeah, he's got to be maybe 15 feet.
Yeah, he's maybe 15, 20 exactly. So James will show us that nice forehand line. I believe he's got it says Disc Mania. What was that? MD something?
How do you remember that? This is a while ago.
I don't. I'm making it up.
Oh,
James will probably say, like, that's brutal. That's not even close. And speaking of not even close, that is very close. And he might pick up. These two are both poised to pick up 2 straight birds to start, and the camera is not bugging them at all.
Not at all. Let's see what
That's
Tomcat
a little early,
does here.
I think. Little early. Yeah, that tree's going to catch those shots.
So
all
I wonder
day long.
maybe if the temperature is getting to Thomas Gilbert because he's used to playing.
100%. And I'm not joking. I know I never make excuses. This is, we all did what we had to do here. But the temperature was very hard to grip beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I go right back to it and then hit the tree.
And that was a good. Mm-hmm. So you made some forward progress.
Yeah. So I'm halfway up. I threw it about 130 feet. Same disc. I'm like, all right, let's try this again. Okay.
It's worked for me before. I might as well use it on the next shot.
Yep, exactly. And now I've got a knee knocker for another par. For a par. So that is not good. Not the start I was looking for. Hopefully Thomas can cash on this long one. He's got a hill behind him, so he can run it real good.
And he always does.
Yeah.
I was
Look at the breath, Julian.
kidding about the temperature with Thomas too because he. I saw a couple of practice videos I think he had, and they were
that's right, on the pond on the up in somewhere in Northern Ontario.
Yeah,
and Justin does not like this, guys, for par. Yep.
He's just like, oh, that's the basket I want to put it in.
That's the one right there, and great putt.
Nails it.
Yeah, that felt good.
There you go. You're like, all right, I can putt. I can do this.
I made a 23-footer, whatever. It's fine. Also, that putter I had in my hand was the first time using a Swan.
Oh.
And I've now stuck with them, and I really like them.
Interesting.
Greg stares at
you
him. Maybe
were
that was a
putting
bit
with
right side, maybe?
Going through, you're typically AVRs for a while. You were the Mick Pro ones for a bit, and then G-Star?
That's right. Yeah, good memory. Yeah, Mick Pros, and then I thought they were just way too hard. I broke one off a tree.
Oh.
Not a joke. Well, tapping snow off it, actually.
Okay.
Can't tell if it had a hairline crack as James taps in his birdie. Yeah, so whatever. I went to G-Star AVRs because they were softer, liked them, and then the Swan, more understable, so I tried that. Who cares? That's enough about me. Couple of birdies there. James and Greg.
And from the same two as well. And thankfully, you've kind of recovered a little bit from that first hole.
That's a hole I got to be birdieing. If I step up to that hole anywhere in Ontario, if I'm not in the circle on this, I'm an idiot.
But you're only one stroke off somebody who's rated 10-14. So let's see if you can maintain that distance.
Yeah, but one stroke and 2 holes, that means I'm 9 at the end of the round. I don't know. That seems pretty accurate.
No.
So this hole is really, really tough. 364. If you want to get there, you got to throw a low laser backhand that flips up to flat, maybe has a bit of flex and skips toward the basket because it is a very low ceiling the entire time. Otherwise, you can maybe throw a forehand up the middle and kind of have it spray out to the right and play for a par. But the play here is a low fast disc to get that distance, and it's a tough shot.
All right, let's see what Greg does.
Yeah, maybe a bit left. Yeah, and that tree's going to eat
high.
stuff up. That's fine, but that's a very common thing. That tree swallowed up so many shots.
But you know what? From there,
you see how tough it is. Like, it's just a low the whole way.
From there, you don't have too bad of a layup.
No, but it's, again, low ceiling still there. But yeah, you gotta throw something maybe a little faster than you'd be used to at that distance to try and get it there. And James throws it right into the middle of those trees. That's a bit of an early release.
Oh yeah, there it is.
But James's forehand will allow him to scramble, I think, on that.
Whoa, spoilers.
I said I think. I seriously don't remember. I remember my shots and no one else's. And this is a shot designed for Thomas Gilbert, I would think. Oh, the one little branch.
Just clips the spruce.
So I see these 3 guys, and I'm kind of like, oh, boy. These guys, I'm screwed.
Park this. That's what you're thinking, right?
Yeah. I look over, smile at someone. I don't know why I did that. Got my DDX here, which I love. Rip. And this was a great shot.
Yeah, not too bad at
Great
all.
shot.
Look at that.
I got all the way down there. I had a circle 2 look. I was very happy with that. To get to that spot and open circle 2 look is really hard on this hole.
Yeah.
So I was pretty happy with that.
And this hole is averaging par right on. So it's kind of right in the middle of the pack as far as difficulty. I think it's 9th hardest. So very average hole.
Our stats font size is pretty small. And James not going to the forehand. He goes a nice low skipping backhand. And that's great. See, I totally don't remember. I thought, well, he'll just lean out a forehand and put it under the basket. He did it with a backhand.
And Garrett double G.
Nose up floater. Like that play as well. If you can have that kind of touch.
Oh, nose up with the low ceiling too.
Exactly.
That's
He's been playing a long time, and it shows with touch like that.
Yeah, what's his PDGA number?
4, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Thomas runs it.
Of course. I mean, Thomas is a great putter, and I've got this left maybe 43 feet, a bit uphill. I'm trying to decide what stance is good here. This would be a very, very big birdie to pick up. Jump putt off the top. A little bit floaty. I like my bid.
Yeah.
It wasn't low, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you definitely put enough on it. That's not bad.
And the drive was great, so I gave myself that chance. As Thomas picks up his par, no slouch there. That was 26 feet. Can I also describe the nerves of playing with Thomas Gilbert for the first time?
4 out of 10. 10 out of 10?
Well, I can't tell, but combined, I didn't think about that one. I'm like, just throw it in. Combined, 11 out of 10 with cameras and Thomas for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not going to help.
We got a bunch of cleanups here on hole 3 here at the Lady Gaga tournament.
But yeah, Thomas is such a likable
He's
likable
very,
player.
very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And he knows that we're all different skill levels. And, you know, I can learn from these guys playing with them. You know, this is my first tournament in MPO, so I was, or second maybe. So I'm figured, you know, whatever. Let's give it a shot.
For sure. So after hole 3, all of these folks on our card got a par, as well as the rest of the field. There was not a single birdie or bogey on this hole.
Yep.
Wow. So everybody,
Very weird.
Everybody parred it.
Well, that would have been cool if my putt went in then. Dang. That would have been really sweet.
That would have been a literal gain of a stroke on the field.
Oh, yes.
And so going into hole 4, what do we have?
Okay, it's tougher than the last one even. So you got a very narrow gap here. I think maybe throwing a bit of a stable disc on an Anheuser, like a force over, will flex it around this corner. But then there's a little tree on the right here that catches everything. And actually this flight's wrong. The basket's in the long position, which is on the hill back by the white sign down there. It's farther than this. This is in the short position that we played in the afternoon, I believe.
Okay.
But otherwise, a forehand out to the right to just get yourself through that gap, and then maybe pitch over for a par.
Okay.
And if not, a force over, or maybe a hyzer line. This looks like a local route to me.
Let's see what Greg does here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the basket right up by that white sign between those trees. So he's lining something up here, like a hyzer.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Oh no. I wowed him.
So that's actually not a I never even thought of that play.
He was trying to air bounce it. Do you see that? It
Yeah.
had the bounce. It just hit the tree.
So James is playing, I think, the play for par. Get something up the middle, have it fade out to the right, and see what you got left to pitch over for for par. So get it up there. You can see the basket straight ahead, and just kind of give yourself an open shot toward that basket right there.
Oh, there we
which
go.
is fine. So he's playing that for a par, and I think that's smart. And it's cool to see a local do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you know that's the play if you don't think you can get there. And I think Thomas is probably going for the flex line.
Is this?
Yeah, he just let go early. That's not great.
Is this one of Thomas's home courses? He's from Toronto, isn't he?
I would say I think they've done a lot of work on it, so it's kind of brand new for everyone.
Okay.
From what I understand, the signs are new. These big, huge asphalt tee pads are unbelievable.
Very cool.
Expensive, but they're really good.
James Conrad approved.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna try and bail out with this forehand play here. And this is exactly what I wanted. Ish. Fine.
You're in the middle.
Hit the gap, exactly.
You're in the
I'm
middle.
not playing that for a birdie, so let's just get to the middle here. And I got that left to save my par. And who'd be up first? Probably Greg after hitting that early tree.
Yeah.
And what's he got left? He's going to have a big hyzer skip play, maybe something overstable. Yep. Skip. Wow, great shot.
Yeah, I did try to play this course one time about 2 years ago, and I couldn't make heads or tails of where to go, what to do. There was no signs on half the holes, and no locals around to show me. But it looks like they've done a lot of really good work here.
I've heard of that from a lot of people, maybe you as well before. But the course is very, very, very well laid out now, and signs everywhere from both tee positions and asphalt tee pads. So let's see what Thomas is going to do from really no man's land.
Where is Thomas?
He's in there somewhere. Oh, and that's
Oh, wow.
he's lucky to get that far because it hit that early branch, and he's got 45 feet uphill to save a par, folks.
He killed about 14 worms along the way.
And this forehand, again, is absolute garbage. Put my hands up. At this point in the round, I made a stupid mistake to continually throw forehands even though I wasn't feeling comfortable. I'm like, just keep going with it. You're going to get the feel for it. Just keep throwing that forehand.
And
James going for a throw-in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever get the feel for your forehands in the first few holes?
The first few?
Do you think that was the right advice to yourself?
Looking back, now, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. But it hasn't worked so far, let's say that. Thomas for par. Oh, off the band. There's Daryl Bankus in the back, I believe. He loves those Carhartt coveralls. Looks like a real Canadian tradesman out there. And I've got this left for par. And another. This time,
no.
hyzer on the right side, and it didn't stay in. I just thought to myself, both those putts, being said, like in the basket's defense, were not really in the middle. But I
Gotcha.
thought both of them could have caught easily.
For sure.
But that's okay. You know, you got to tap that in, take your lumps. And Greg
Wow.
really wobbly throws that dart in, and
He's cold. You can
his
tell.
hands are
He's-
cold. It's hard to get a grip, and Thomas is even laughing back there like, what was that? James, I know, is a confident putter in any temperature. So,
Yeah, this is the fourth hardest hole, so
yeah, it was tough. What did it average over par?
it averaged over par by a third of a stroke.
I definitely helped that ratio right there, that math.
And
Mike
there was
garbage. And then Thomas, too, got
I
a
suppose I
bogey.
can say this now. There was only one birdie on this hole, and that is a shout out to Derek Jones. Great birdie. That's a tough hole.
Wow, what would he... Oh, he probably did a forehand. I'm trying to think of what a lefty would do there. Or maybe a hyzer flip. Who knows? All I know is that's a great birdie, and Justin's walking away kind of not really sure what to do here. I can tell you that.
You're just wishing that they would turn off the cameras here and
I don't... That,
picturing Julian just watching this in the future.
that's exactly what
and
it
looking
was.
at your score, and I'm like, wow, you're +2 through 4 holes.
The more this went
That's
on,
a
the more I
great
thought
start.
to myself, like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to see this, and Julian's going to talk about it. I have to talk about it. So,
And we get to watch it.
yeah. So a couple unfortunate bogeys for Mr. Gilberto and myself, Justin, Daniel Murphy, and then a couple of pars, which seems to be... Okay, I don't know what's going on with this basket here. This is not even...
Looks like it's on a
close.
milk crate.
So there it is. Okay, so
Ah,
maybe
there
that was
we
a
go.
basket for something else.
I like that it was on a milk crate, though.
And this actually is not accurate. It's past that culvert on that hill.
Okay, so it's been moved for the tournament
It's been
then,
moved.
likely?
I believe it normally plays as a par 4, and it's over 400 feet normally, but they had shrunk it down for this tournament.
I gotcha.
So the play here is a big, huge hyzer up toward those 2 pines to the left of the camera person, and hope they have enough distance to kind of fade all the way back down the hill. It's a big pump, and that's a little early.
Yeah,
and
it's going to clip that tree and just
hopefully
sink.
he's got something. Throwing only backhands, that might be a tough shot for him. Hopefully he can make something work. And
What is
James, I'm
James
not sure.
doing?
Maybe a low forehand on the left side. I guess that's another option. But I think the common play would definitely be a hyzer.
Mm-hmm.
And James has got a big forehand, smashing it.
Look how-
Oh, it's a roller.
Was that, do you think a non-purpose
No,
roller?
that was definitely on purpose. And
Oh, come
that's
on.
wonderful.
Oh, no, it's it.
Still, I mean, to get
there's
there.
no OB there, is it?
No OB.
Okay, perfect.
What
a
Geez, I
roller,
really
holy.
that's a good call. I remember the OB on this course. And I'm going to try and play that hyzer play. Rip Van Winkle. And that's great. Enough for me. That path plays OB, my apologies. But that's, 390 uphill to get there. So
Yeah.
you're probably fine.
Oh, and you scared a squirrel in the background there.
Yep. And that's all I was doing, Julian. I'm trying to get up to that open spot to make my par. And let's see what Thomas does. I believe he had a Firebird here.
Oh, wow.
Sexton Firebird. And this was absolutely hammered on.
338 feet uphill with a Firebird.
And he got himself to circle one.
Yeah, you know what? Bad ground play. That should have been under the basket, I think, with a Firebird. But you know what?
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
He's
True tracker, folks. Here we go. Sexton Firebird. Red and white. I love that. Look at this.
Oh,
This-
amazing.
Our editing crew, I don't know, you guys. You guys are stepping it up every time we talk about this.
Oh,
And the
love
true
it.
tracker has put Thomas in circle one. I'm imagining not a lot of people got there, Julian.
I would say likely the same, and we'll find out shortly.
You're referring to the stats, clearly?
No, of course I'm not.
Okay.
I'm staring at them right now.
Greg has a hyzer, and this looks early. Okay, I think he's maybe, I
That
don't know, 25. It's hard to tell. with the
Disappeared
hill.
in the camouflage
Okay.
of the
Oh,
leaves.
no, he's fine.
There we go.
18 feet uphill. And Justin jump putting here. Ill-advised jump putt. And
Get in.
Get in.
Oh, that
Just kidding. It wasn't that close.
was not close at all.
No. And now I'm like, should I have thrown that? Because I got like 23 feet left uphill.
Perfect. And James Duong with the birdie bit after that. That was a really cool forehand
Very
roller.
cool forehand. It's so unfortunate where it ended up because look what he has to do now. Just from 50
yeah.
feet, right? Just to get himself close. He made that play, obviously, to try and get a birdie, and it's unfortunate, but hopefully he can make this upshot close and have a stress-free par, Julian.
Yeah, and I find a lot of players would agree that it's very tough to control kind of the last little bit of a roller. You can kind of tell it where you want to go.
Bid. Yeah, you're right.
You can tell it where
Especially
you
with,
want to go, but
what's the word? The undulations in the ground and stuff. You never know what's going to happen. And Thomas circles edge for birdie on how hard was this hole?
it was
Ranked.
not too hard. It's right in the middle.
I think it's because probably a lot of pars on it.
A lot of pars. It's pretty wide open.
A lot of pars and one birdie.
And that's it right there.
Big clap from Justin back there. Thomas, I approve. That's a great birdie to pick up, and I'm assuming the only one?
Yeah, that was the only birdie on in the division.
On the round one, right?
Yeah,
This
so
is
this-
round, okay, good. I thought I
this
gave you
one-
the round 2 stats by accident.
No, it also averaged.
That'd be embarrassing.
It also averaged par right on.
Okay, so someone bogeyed out there. And Greg's 2 for 2 on those lucky little ones, and he's grinning like it's just Greg's day with the putter and not mine. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Well, I would argue that Greg is a 10 times better putter than.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
in?
I got to chirp you a little bit here.
No, please. I welcome the chirp. That felt good.
That was good. Yeah. It's nice when you can get the 14-foot uphill putts in.
I'm giving James his disc now, which
Don't do that
don't
if
do
you're
that
playing.
now. Correct.
Yeah,
This is not even a joke. Let's just be clean out there and
if
I've
you're
got
playing
our
with
hand
people,
sanitizer here, just in case we touch something.
Yeah, so if you're playing with anybody, with your friends, just leave your discs to yourselves.
Yep.
Don't touch other people's discs.
We're very fortunate in that we can still go out and play and still be very isolating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great sport for that reason, and that's the way to get out. Thomas with the huge birdie there. Myself, Greg, and James with the pars, and it's fine. Now this, come on, give me the rating on this hole.
So this one is the second hardest
Okay.
hole, and actually these next three are 1, 2, and 3 as far as the
This
hardest.
stretch of the course is unbelievably hard, and I like that.
Yeah.
This here, I believe we played from the easier tee though, which is you don't have to carry water at all on this shot.
Okay.
So it's a big backhand, forehand, whatever you want to stay in the middle, and then you've got a very narrow peninsula, dog leg right to decide how you want to get to the green on your upshot. Par 4.
Yeah,
Our
it's the
first
only-
par 4 of the course.
And I think the only par 4.
Oh wow, really?
That's what you have put on the stats, so I sure hope so.
And I didn't see where Thomas is finished. Yes, well, in that case, then I screwed the stats up and I screwed this round up. Does GG throw something understable just to stay in the middle? And that's a great shot.
Oh, yeah, well done.
Yep. Very well done.
Yeah, 604 feet. I think there's only one person playing on in this division that could reach that.
And I don't even think he would go for it. Like you're carrying 580. Like it's ridiculous. The second round tee shot is harder than this one. So this one is a nice open field shot essentially. And that's turning a little bit, but that should be good.
Yeah, he's still open in the middle.
Yep.
Nice and close to our camera people.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going with another ill-advised forehand I said to myself, open field, just throw it, open field, get the feel for it, rip on it.
Now, is that your eye destroyer?
That's my eye destroyer, and it's too understable. And that went way more left than I want and got lucky.
You are getting a lot of fortunate non-OBs here, which
correct.
Is
unfortunate spit outs, but very bad tee shots for sure.
The disc golf gods even it out all
I think
the time.
Thomas was just safe here. Like that OB on the right, you can see the pink flags there. That schnarby stuff on the right is OB. I believe, believe they're called cattails. I don't understand the reference, but remember DuckTales?
Yeah, the show.
That was a great show. Scrooge McDuck. Skadiddly-doo, bop-a-doo-bob. Yeah. And Justin going forehand again. That's an unconfident forehand throw, wobbling through the air, and okay.
You're getting close. That's all you need.
I'm getting close. Yeah. At that point where I was on that tee shot, I'm like, you're not birding this. So.
Yeah, this one actually averaged 3/4 of a stroke over par.
Wow.
So yeah, second hardest hole.
Okay, so a par would be all right on this. So that's what I should be playing for at this point then.
Mm-hmm.
And GG lining up. I think he's probably attacking this, Julian.
Come on.
By the way, he looks
over
the water,
OB the
over
whole
the
way.
OB, ripped on it, and this looks really good as long as it sits because there's OB left and right. That path is OB and so is the stuff on the left. So you can see how narrow that fairway is.
Yeah, so he's likely circle 2, just kind of edge of circle.
But that bush might affect his putt. This is a very hard up shot. You're gonna have to hang it OB the whole way and hopefully get around that bush that's right in the circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's and without skipping OB. The peninsula narrows to about 25 feet across in the circle, so it's really hard.
Oh,
and
come
this has
on.
a good move on it. Missed that tree or get through it.
Come on. Gosh. What a shot. Did you see that flip up?
Did you believe me there? Did I react like genuine?
That's insane.
I knew the shot. So I remember, this is one of the ones I definitely remember. And this shot, you guys.
This is deserving.
So much touch just before the bush. Unbelievable commitment, and he has got himself a birdie on a very hard course.
I think that was a Sexton Firebird as well.
It was definitely a Sexton Firebird. It looked like a 2017. And what's Thomas got? He's got his pig, probably. The disc, not the animal. That's pretty good. Oh, boy. This is going to have to get down. Oh, man. He's pinched himself off, but fortunately stayed in bounds.
Yeah, that's a fortunate and very unfortunate at the same time.
Yeah, because now what's he going to do, right?
Well, he can probably straddle like 14 feet with his legs.
What am I throwing here? My bag changes so much. Also, look forward to my in the bag coming up. I think that was a Nate Sexton Firefly, and I'm under a tree. No, Perfect. It was a bear hay. It was a bear hay, or berg.
I actually just recently put one of those in my bag. That one that I.
Do you want 5 more? I have them in my basement.
The glow one with the boo colored on it that we had in the last one.
Get in!
I just put it back in the bag, and it's actually it's really nice to throw for short up shots. It just sinks. It does not want to fly.
And what is Thomas? Yeah, I agree. I like that for up shots. Thomas is going to do something crazy here. You can see the flag a little bit headwindy for him. And
come on.
What is going on here? And he gave it a bid, so.
There's not a whole lot you can do from that angle.
Agreed. Looks like, am I next, boys? And this was a stressful putt. I know it's not too far, but I don't like straddling and.
Foot fault. Nice putt.
Thanks. Maybe they'll give me some sort of like a true tracker. No? Come on, guys. I do the comment.
Slow motion replay.
Please, can I have a true track? Okay. And GG here to clean up his par, I believe. Yeah, he definitely plays that wobble with that dart, but I'm not going to ask questions.
That doesn't matter.
What is he, 2 down through 6? That's a great start.
Absolutely it is, especially you got a couple of tough holes there.
Yeah, the next one's so hard.
And
great birdie. Oh, my goodness.
There was one birdie, and that was it right there.
Which one?
James Duong's.
Just joking. I didn't get one. You know what? I stepped up thinking I want to birdie this. But so often, that doesn't happen.
One can always dream.
Yep.
So 1 birdie, 2 pars, which is actually a respectable score on this one.
Yep.
And the bogey from Thomas Gilbert.
Which puts him within one of yours truly. So, guys, you just got to keep pace with Thomas. That's all you got to do. All right?
Yeah, so
unfortunately, James and Greg are not listening to that strategy, and they're just going way low down here. And James 3 down through 6, Julian.
And I don't know if anyone was paying attention to this tournament, but if you have not
wasn't.
watched this, or you did the acronym for the beginning, it's the Lady Gaga tournament, which we haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah, you did it at the intro, but didn't really describe why it was called that.
Yeah, so it's the Lady Gaga tournament, the Late Autumn Disc, Yes Golf, and Glorious Activities. Again, thanks to Kevin Sparkman for just
Great
a fantastic name.
So remember that elevated basket we saw on the fairway the last hole?
Yep.
Just sitting there? It's for this hole. So this hole's elevated. You've either got a monster forehand. Where are we on the short tee? Oh, we're on the short tee to long basket. Right. Forget it. This is just a forehand over OB. That path plays OB. And also the stuff on the right there with the pink flags is also OB. And that
almost hits the spectator, but instead decides to put
tracker.
it in the basket.
James is just
Or next to the
destroying our editing crew right now. Like, hey guys, do another one.
Look at that spectator like, hey, you know what? Good job.
I think James aimed at him and was like, watch this. Okay, I got to discuss something too. I know we're not quite putting yet. This basket is ridiculously high, like hilariously high. Greg's like 6'4", and I bet you he has to get a ladder to get it out. Like, I don't think I could retrieve my own disc on this one. And that might go OB. This has got to bite into the ground. Oh, that's OB.
Oh, and he also aimed for the lone spectator.
I think that's Scott Jameson.
Is it?
Yep, looked like him. We saw him on the
Scotty
Union
J.
coverage. Now I have a disc in my hand. I forget what it is. Probably a flick, which is a mistake.
Is there a OB right here?
Correct. Like this, it please. No.
Oh, that was close though. That had a chance.
Yeah, I liked it out of my hand, and I'm just not getting even the little breaks right now, which is fine because it wasn't a great shot, but you just gotta have to have an answer, Julian.
Speaking of potentially great shots,
that's how you want to play this. Just don't even bring the right side OB into play, and he's got. That might be actually head height for him, that basket.
I'm actually surprised that this is the third hardest hole on the in the round because it
doesn't look that hard, does it?
It doesn't look that hard.
It's not that hard. It's a very simple forehand, and Greg's making a smart play. Now, the other thing is with a basket like this, you don't want to be that close sometimes.
Right.
Like if I was that close, I'd have to basketball dunk it and ask if it was a foot fault, honestly.
Now, are you inside the circle if the basket's that high? That's a tough call.
Oh, that's a really tough call. I don't know. I think you go from the pole, but as you get higher, it's definitely hard to judge. I think you get the benefit to the player, but Thomas running this somehow. Yeah. Oh. And I'd want to be right where Thomas is now for that putt. Nah, maybe closer. And I've got this to save a par, and I'm thinking, I got to put this in, step putt, and not a chance.
And you left that several feet low.
Yeah. It's just so hard to commit to something that's 15 feet high. Like, look at Thomas's 6'5". Look how high the basket is.
I'm really glad there's a milk crate there too.
There is, and the reason is for people like me who are short in stature, and James.
Like, look how high this is for Thomas.
For Thomas, he's reaching 6'5", guys, and his arms. He has a huge, what's the ape index?
Arm. He has a huge arm.
Ape index when you have long arms.
I would argue that his arms. I think isn't that if your wingspan, your arm span is your height.
I think he's got. He's got a bigger ape index than his height, from what I hear.
Oh
goodness gracious! And that stayed in. Look at James. Look at that's the only way we can get these discs out. And I didn't want to think about that when I wanted to pitch it in and call it a day. Take my bogey.
Yeah, so that was averaging a little over a third of a stroke over par.
Look at Greg. I'll get it for you. Please hurry up. Okay, see you later.
Whew. And one birdie, and I believe we just saw it from Mr. Duong.
Yes, is he 4 down through 7? It's like him to go birdie on the last 2 holes is pretty incredible.
It's insane. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh god.
So one birdie, one par.
I remember this next hole so badly.
What you worried about the next one?
I remember what happened. That's all.
Okay. So don't tell us. Spoiler alert here. I haven't seen this.
I forget what everyone else does. I just know.
Well, I can see what everybody else does. We're coming into the hardest hole here. This is hole 8. I don't know this course at all, Justin. So what do we have?
341 feet, which we all discussed it, and I think that's a mistake. It's definitely at least 400.
Okay.
Par 3 downhill. There's not a line to get to it really. There's either that huge stable driver play where you throw it a little bit of ante and have it flex back, or a hyzer flip right, or big. There's so many plays, but nothing really can get you there unless you throw an incredible shot. So hopefully we see that from our group here.
And first on the tee is Mr. 4 down.
I think I should have had that golden retriever in the background throw
4
for
down
me.
through 7.
Yeah, he's
on fire.
Yeah, he's got a. I think that's I know that stamp. It looks like a destroyer maybe. Rip. No, that's not a destroyer. And this is kind of the play. If that gets clean. Okay, so you see how good of a shot that was? He's got 150 feet still.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Cleanly into the blue spruce there.
And that was a great line with just a little bit too much turn on it. And Thomas is definitely someone that can get there. I don't buy the 341. A little higher. This looks really good. Oh, and too much turn again. And in that tree.
Inbounds, though.
Inbounds. That road is definitely OB. I think that's the only OB on the hole.
Yeah, he might have a tough lean out forehand from there.
Yeah. This looks like a mid. So Greg not getting too crazy on this one. Just going to play it for a par. And get off that. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the basket is back behind those guys, like in those trees. It's just such a hard shot. I got a G-star turn here, and that is a mistake.
And that was G-star turning right out of bounds, it looks like.
Please come back. It doesn't.
That is well out of bounds.
Yeah, mistake read by the headwind by yours truly. Probably should have disked up a little bit there. I tried to get a little more distance with a flippier disc, having a noodle arm backhand, and it bit me in the butt.
Looks like you might have a 120-foot look for par.
There is no look. I'll give you that much. And Greg at this point is even saying, like, I'm bogeying this. Just get something down there, and maybe I can make a big 50-footer. Because from that point, you can see, like, now the basket turns to the right again. It's such a precise shot. I'm not even sure if there is a real good way to get there.
Is it possible to birdie this hole, do you think?
No. But, I mean, everything's possible. I got to throw an anvil here.
Why wouldn't you just throw a disc?
Good one. Anvil's a very overstable mid, and I can't remember. I think I stayed in bounds. I don't know.
Wait and find out.
And James, what is that disc? Did he do an in the bag yet? Yes, he did. It was a good one. I liked it. It was funny. Did I just say in the bang?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's a good tree probably. Whew. That might have sailed long. And James has that left for 42 feet or so for a par. And you can see this hole has teeth. Julian, averaging what, sorry?
This is averaging almost 1.25, actually over 1.25 strokes over par.
Okay, see, that tells you something right there. Math, folks. 1.25 strokes over par. This is a par 4. And Thomas early, and hopefully he gets a look. Oh, man.
That's going to be a tough one.
Par look.
It's going spruce to spruce.
Yep.
Greg's
got this.
The spruce moose.
Simpsons reference.
I said hop in. Ooh. Oh, good run.
Yep, great run. And Greg's got that left for a unfortunate bogey because he's shredding this front nine so far. Oh, not shredding, but doing well. And this is what I have left.
It looks like, did you stay in bounds or did you?
I stayed in bounds. And
okay.
I'm like, what are you doing again with this berhe? And this was, I mean, a decent effort, I guess.
Okay, yep.
At that point, I'm like, is it a double I'm going to take here?
Yes. Yes, I believe so.
That's pathetic. Yeah, I kind of got myself pinched. If that anvil would have just gone 3 feet farther, it could have skipped down to the basket maybe and saved a bogey. James has this for par from way downtown. James Brown. Chris Brown, actually, and not the one you're thinking of. And he just kind of airballs that, which is very rare for
Mr. Duong.
Jimothy.
Jameis
Duong.
Thomas.
Yeah. T. Homez is going to putt this, hopefully for par, actually. This would be a great putt to get. No.
Oh,
and he's really... I think Thomas at this point is like, what is happening? I am a 10-14 player. Can't seem to get it. It's, you know, it's cold out there, and... Yeah. Wow. So we're just kind of checking the stats here, and James airballed it. And he is not happy about that, having that 4 down kind of going to the wayside here, which will happen on this ridiculous hole.
So I think
Gigi,
we're already...
Smart play for Gigi. Sorry to interrupt, but the towel on the tree there to keep it clean, that's good.
Oh, yeah. We're already well past the spoiler on the stats here.
Yes.
So there was 2 pars.
Casey Forbes,
Casey 10K.
Yep, Casey 10K. Shout out to PDGA number 10,000 for Casey. That's cool. I got to play with him second round. He's a very good player.
And Newman, is that
Simon Newman?
Simon Newman?
Probably
yeah.
Simon Newman. Shout out to Simon Newman.
Only 2 pars. We don't know your PDGA number, Simon, because it's not...
Yes, I do. It's 491L Batman symbol.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Because it's not 10,000.
Yes. Yes. Woo, woo. I put that berg in. Headbutt the basket because I don't like disc golf at this point. And I'm trying to remember at what point in the round I wanted to cry.
Well, the best part is that we're documenting...
I think that's the worst part. Like, I think once this...
So notice the red squares, here around everybody's scores.
That does make me feel a little better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry to everyone else in the group, but now I'm kind of like, okay.
On the field, you only lost 3/4 of a stroke. That's not horrible.
Oh, Julian, I love your math when it helps me like that.
You can make stats work in your favor. Doesn't just have to present it a different way.
Correct. This here is not 315 feet again. I think it's a little challenging for the stats on this because we switched baskets and tee pads for the second round. So someone ran around and switched a bunch of baskets.
Okay.
This one I'm going to say is probably in the 375 range, 380. Big straight shot will get you all the way down there. I do believe there's some OB on the right, but I can't be for sure. There's no flags.
OB right.
Or OB right. Thank you, Seppo. So a huge forehand will get you there, or a big hyzer wide. And it's quite a pump to get there. And I'd be curious to see where this, what is this, 8? 9.
9. This is, I think, 5th.
Oh, and Thomas hates it. It turns.
Yeah, it's averaging just a little bit over par here.
And I think he'll be safe there. I can't really remember.
And let's see what our feature card does with this one.
Yeah, don't call it a lead card because I'm on it, and it's not a lead card. I mean, with some of the scores being turned in here, this could be our lead card for second round. We'd have to. That'd be great. And this looks a little unstable.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah,
good tree.
Good tree.
He'll likely get his par from there. Maybe this is 315. I don't know. I really can't remember because I can't picture which tee pad was where and what basket was where. I'm a horrible commentator.
I would say that tee pad is right there.
I'm going to say 315 with a Sexton Firebird would be correct for James. So maybe I'm wrong on that. Let's see how close he gets. A little bit of a foot slip there. That might finish early.
And it does. Now, is there any OB there, or is that just a natural?
I don't think so. I think it's natural OB. And I apologize. I believe maybe the only OB is up by the path.
Okay.
And I've got a destroyer here.
Hardly even
And
thrower.
I don't like it again because I'm still trying to get this forehand. Justin,
You'll get there.
Can I tell my hey past self, stop throwing a forehand, please, please.
Here. Oh, he listened to you. Look at this.
Oh, good thing you listened to me. Actually,
Hey.
this wasn't that bad, was it?
No.
2 meter
meters.
rule. And again now, look at that swan.
We're
stick
not
up
in
there.
Ontario, California, so thankfully that doesn't apply.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how bad this is going. Doesn't matter.
Double
We
G
got to
with
see
the wet.
These three guys know how to play.
Double G with the wet feet.
Yeah, what's he got here? I mean, it's so tough.
It looks like he's got a lot of trees in his way.
Oh my
and
word!
He doesn't care.
Come on, that's such a good shot from there. Oh my goodness. And
Oh
I'm
my-
back there kind of like, when do I cry? At what point do I start bawling and say, Mama, take me home?
Is Scott, is he caddying
He's
for
caddying
James?
for Thomas, I think. Or James, maybe. Yeah, one of them. Well, does James wearing his bag right now?
I can't tell.
Yeah.
He might have black shoulder
Floaty.
shorts.
Oh, man.
Oh, good tree.
Good tree. Never really had a chance out of his hand. This was playing 0.9 over par as the sixth hardest hole.
0.09 for
0.09,
all of you numbers
sorry.
lovers.
That's a mistake. And the only note I have, unfortunate for Simon. Are we on 9? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. This is 0.9 over par. This font is very small for Justin. Chris Oslin's and Casey Forbes only birdie. So it sounds like Casey got hot during
Casey,
the stretch.
10K.
Yep. Yep. I liked it out of my hand again, and I'm like, nothing is going right. It was a good putt. And I said to my guys there, I'm like, this is not going well, guys.
They're like, we know
We know
we've got the scorecard.
We're watching you play. It's actually kind of funny. Watching this back, it's not as bad as I remember it.
No, it's not too bad at all.
I mean, the score is not great, but I see a lot of misfortune.
I bet it felt like absolute trash while you
It
were
felt
doing
garbage doing it, and now I'm watching it like, okay, it wasn't horrible. Hopefully I can turn around back 9, as Thomas is going to tap this par in, hopefully. Yep. I believe James got his par, and Greg with the tap-in par.
And we got
great upshot there.
Tyler Turcotte in the background on the camera there.
Yep. The camera wizard, the store clerk. You guys saw him in the store video. He knows his stuff.
He does that.
He knows his sit.
After hole 9,
Oh, God, thank God it's over. Almost.
we have Greg Grootenboer with a solid front 9, sitting at even. Thomas Gilbert, 2 up. He'll want to kind of improve on that going into
No
the back
doubt.
9. James Duong is 2 down, which is likely leading at this point. And Justin is also on the card.
Yeah.
So big shout out to True North Disc Golf. Come check us out. We have a retail store, 51 Woody at Drive in Brantford, Ontario.
Nice FD.
It has expanded as well since the video.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes, into the back.
Yeah, so it's into the back a little bit now. Lots of stock all over the place. Just discs and frisbees and floating plastic, and you can just see it all.
Agreed.
So come on in, check it out, and
Guys, we're open through this pandemic crisis, too.
oh, okay.
The store's open still if you want to get up, because I know we're playing disc golf still. all of us. You can't, once you love disc golf, you can't stop playing. Yeah. So the store's open. If you lost a disc in a pond or something, or even if you just want to build up your supply, go grab it down there in Brantford.
But stay safe, everybody, through all of this. So.
And stay tuned to see if myself and Thomas can turn it around for the back nine, and watch Greg and James continue their hot play. Check you back soon.
Yeah.